When you step onto the grounds of the Speech and Language Development Center, you see an ordinary school, but before long, you sense pride and a sense of home.
It's a comfortable, relaxing, positive, professional center that puts the child at ease. They feel accepted, and once that happens, they have all the components to create a very successful learning environment.
The reason for coming was my son, Matthew, at the time was 4, and his speech hadn't developed as normal. And in Ireland, we couldn't find any services to help him. So essentially, we came to the United States after a worldwide search online of different schools. We came to the Los Angeles, did a tour of schools, and as soon as I walked in the door here, I knew this was the place for him.
It isn't what you see that makes SLDC come alive. It's what you hear. It's the magic of language and communication that brings you the realization that every person here, from the most challenged student to the most educated professional, is driven to interact, to communicate, to participate.
Well, very basically, our mission is to maximize the potential of each and every student that we serve, whatever that potential might be. For some of them, it might be to get as far as having functional skills to be able to take care of themselves at home and in the community. For others, it could be as much as going on to college.
We have such a diverse group of kids there coming from many different school districts, and they're quite challenging in their needs that they have. That's really how they end up at SLDC. For the most part, their needs are such that the school district doesn't have the resources to help them, so we find that we get them at our school.
We're very excited about small accomplishments, whereas in other areas of so-called normal children, you may measure great leaps and bounds. We measure the first word that's spoken, the first two-wheel bicycle that's ridden successfully, the first time a child has communicated successfully.
The results may seem small, but they make a big difference, and they affect many lives.
When Maya was very guarded, she would shut out the world. And it was after she started here, we saw her open up a little bit more and more. Like last weekend for us, our family just celebrated because Maya wrote her name. And it took 7 years, but Maya wrote her name.
I just love what SLDC has done for Henry. His life has come full circle from being a nonverbal, non-communicative child to being a very expressive, animated, and happy young man.
Our daughter is a fine product of SLDC that is now in a regular ed school, and we hear over and over again what a delightful child, what a wonderful child, what a sensitive, kind, caring child she is.
You know, he's just a brighter boy now. He's got a great sense of belief in himself. But most importantly, of course, his speech is right up to where it should be right now.
So, how did SLDC become such a successful program? Alina Granowitz was there from the beginning.
We started in my home in Long Beach with 3 children and a couple of adults. And I started with a co-founder, Gladys Gleason, and we just grew like topsy. We were sort of at the beginning of special ed, and a lot of services weren't available then.
What's held me here? All of this, I think, but Aline's strength and her values, I think, are a primary governing sense in the place. She's an unusual kind of leader. And I think we continue because of her.
Her impact is that you respect people. And the impact is that you give people dignity. And I think this is a place that does that. And I think it's my mother that has helped me learn that.
At 92, Aline still finds the time to provide speech therapy to patients.
We have had the pleasure of having Aline Granowitz as our mentor. She has been persistent in finding new approaches to our many challenges. For me, it's been a long, arduous road, and Aline has helped us me pave the way for success.
I can't imagine a job that I love so much and coming to work every day and loving it. And I think most of my staff feels that way. Whatever that does, it culminates in something that people say, there's a special feeling here.